So these, I thought I would share some of the collector's editions I did. Um, uh, these are, again, some original drawings that were put into a book that I brought here tonight. And I think there's something like over 400 pages in the book. So I'm sharing some of those. And again, these drawings are meant to display, a lot of them are of Kelly, but some of them are of other people as well. That poetic vision that's put before all of us every day. It's not just mundane, it's poetry that is presented to us, and it's our job as artists to say, wow, look at that. Look at the way the sunlight is coming in and crawling right up striking the table and then up the books and catching the side of her while she's just eating and looking at art books. Like magic is happening before us all the time, whether it's indoors or she's out at the farm, or sipping a cup of coffee in the morning, going through a pocketbook, picking flowers. That little sketch that I showed you, that's inspired something a little more finished, but not totally finished. It's a collector's edition. But it's another type of drawing. Just looking at a phone. This is a different person that's, just, again, observing the beauty that's presented to us every day. I think Kelly's, she's got an iron there. I think she's making clothes, cooking, painting. And I just think this is just magic stuff. I don't think I'm that lucky. I think we are all seeing this. And part of what I'm doing with my artwork is I've deliberately moved away from the commercialism and what was meant to sell a really bad story, to be honest. Like, some of them were so offensive. Some of the stories were so terrible that I knew once I had, I didn't know before I had done the painting. I found out after the fact when somebody came in and said, "Hey, did you ever read that book?" And I said, "No, I was just given a synopsis and told to do the cover." Well, the book is about this and this and this, and it was so against my moral values that I could not justify the gifts. We're in a church, so I might as well say it that way, because I felt that serious about it. The gifts that God had given me to be prostituted, to be honest, in service of evil. The stories were just flat evil, and so I knew I had to do something else. And so part of that was moving away, and part of these drawings, part of this project, was a conversation that I had. Well, it wasn't a conversation; it was more of a debate that I had with a friend, where he said it was impossible to do work for yourself and make money, and I said, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to live that way because I will not serve the devil. Excuse me. This is observing, and every single one of these drawings has sold, and put food on our plate and put a roof over our head, and the books have sold. And this is Kelly out here at the Quadrant, if many of you are familiar with that place. These kinds of drawings that show people outside or inside or moving through, like our woods. This is Jacobsburg Park, where the person's almost secondary, but still there in the complexity of life. Picking some more flowers. that's grown for me in importance so much more. It's grown to feel so much more sincere and real and honest than. And I loved the commercialism, the projects that I loved Star Wars. It was a part of my life. I loved science fiction. I still love science fiction and fantasy. But working in the field, once you sort of got to see the way the sauce was made, it's not what I wanted to. The art directors, the editors, the business, that was nothing that I wanted to have a part of anymore. And every single one of these drawings that I've ever done, it's been something that I've wanted to do. I've never worked on a project that I didn't want to do. And again, like maybe part of the theme of tonight is the sincerity, not just doing something for money, but doing something, trusting in God and your talent, the talents that we're given, your vision, your poetry, and making that thing and moving forward, believing that it will sustain you. And I can tell you, it's just wonderful.